Welcome to the brand new episode of Connecting During Crisis. My name is Joseph Luciano, alongside to Miss Karaoke Queen, Michelle Clark. How
Hello.
you doing,
Keep
Michelle?
left to continue on East Roosevelt Boulevard.
And also, we got a person just came back, and this is the book I'm holding. Her name is Aisha Saran. Welcome to the show, Aisha.
Hi, thank you for having me back. Woo.
I'm going to number two. Wow, we have a mouthful. This is going to be Aisha. Some scams are based in other countries and always seem to be one step ahead of authorities' police. What is your option about this?
Okay. Yeah, I was saying that I feel as though like other countries or just nations in general tend to be ahead of America, in my personal opinion. I think despite sometimes how America feels, other countries tend to know different ways, especially through technology. And there's always those talks about like Russian bots, for example,
Progress.
who's coming in and what they're doing, who's watching us, that kind of thing. So I guess to answer that question, I definitely think it's a real thing, and I think it's even more prevalent. For example, like I traveled recently, and even just down to just like sometimes knowing when people outsource for other companies, for example, and you're trying to find certain deals. I definitely think since the pandemic, a lot of scamming has really went a little higher than usual because people are really desperate to get back to normal, and other companies know that, especially other foreign companies. So you may think you're calling a certain company is actually somewhere else and they're taking your money or they're posing as a company you think you know. So I think that's another way too that happens.
That's wonderful, Aisha. That was good. Michelle.
Um, I agree with you. Like recently, I've been getting all these calls from these call centers, and some of them have like names, like company names that I'm aware of. But then I know these companies don't call me. But then I'm also getting calls from all around the world, basically, and basically they're the same company talking about your insurance, your car insurance. And I'm like, I would be concerned if I had a car. I would also be concerned if I knew how to drive. But I'm like, why are they calling me? I get like 50 million types of calls like that a day. I've been looking at like where they're calling from. I do look. I'm like, Maska Puska Buka Buka, what? PA, Washington, and I'm like, I've never heard of any of these places. I know like the Poconos got all these funny names and stuff, but I don't know about other states. And I've been getting them, and I know some of them are not American run. They're run from outsourced out there, out in the world, in some poor company. There's somebody with some batteries and a little plastic thing learning how to do this. And they're trying to make their money. They don't care, or no, I take that back. They don't know your financial situation. All they know is they got a name, they got a number, and we're going to scam you. We're going to see if we can hook you. And if we don't, we're going to move on or either keep trying. I also get the email about, hi, my name is Prince so and so of Nigeria. And your Uncle Joe came visited us and left you 1 million such and such and such. I ain't got no Uncle Joe. My Uncle Joe died 10 years ago, sorry. And and he never was rich beyond $10. Okay. So don't be calling me about my Uncle Joe. Okay. But I get that letter often. And then there's a woman, Reverend Beverly. I can't pronounce the name because it's an African name, and it's got like 12 letters in it. And it's not like no vowels. And it also says the international such and such has awarded you $12 million. Please send your name, your information so we can reward you. It's like, reward me for what? I don't know nobody in Africa. I ain't never been to Africa. So what are you rewarding me for? Some people who are desperate may fall for that.
Yes, I've seen that before. I had a
Mm-hmm.
similar thing of someone saying someone in Britain. I had like a great uncle who was an eccentric billionaire, and he passed
Yeah.
away, and I was the closest living relative, something like that.
Yep. Red flag.
I didn't even look up. I actually looked up the name, even though I knew it was BS. I wanted to see what it was about, and I looked it up. And the person was a real lawyer, but I could tell someone did research enough to find a real name, but they're
Oh,
impersonating a real person, and that happens too. A lot of people, like you were being, I think, being generous, saying that they may not that they don't care, they may not know your financial status, but a lot of them also just don't have a conscience. People are out for money. They don't care who they hurt. So I don't care who this person is. If they have money, I'm gonna try to get it out of them. And people are out here doing that all
yes.
over the world
Yep.
and domestically.
Mm-hmm. Greed. What they say, money is the root of all evil. They ain't lying. It is. Because that's what people are like. I don't have any money, so I'm from a poor country. I know how to do this. I'm going to scam somebody in America, which everybody just assumes America is rich. Guess what? We ain't the milk of, it's not the land of milk and honey like you think it is. Hello. But people in foreign countries don't know any better. But yet, if they find an easy way to get over, the first thing they're gonna look at is America. They're like, oh yeah, they got money, even if they got $1 in their pocket, they're richer than we are, you know. So if somebody can say, well, look, this is what I want you to do. I'll pay you $5 if you let this other person do this. I'll give you the packet with the name and and you perpetuate, and you won't get in trouble. You know, it's just like how drug dealers begin. Someone tells them this is easy money. Come on. You don't have to work hard. No, not really. Yeah. You know, it's the same thing, same premise. So, you know, in foreign countries where they really, really are starving and hungry, and nobody may have 10 cents in their pocket. 10 cents means $10 million to them. Where to us, it's like, oh, just put it in somebody's bucket, you know. But, you know, scamming is basically an easy way out. They find a way to use it. They get people who fall for it. Just like I forget what show. I think it was Dr. Phil. This woman got on some kind of dating service, and this young man was like, I love you, but I got malaria and I can't pay my medical bills. And she fell in love with this young man in Africa. Never met him. Sent him like thousands of dollars. He scammed her, but what got me was the scammer was also on it. He was like, no, I love her. This is my aunt. It wasn't his aunt. It was his sister. That she was in on it. And he was supposed to be some kind of student in college there, wherever they was in Zimbabwe or something. But it was a whole family of them playing a role. So this white woman can send her life savings to them. And she's like, but I love him and we're going to get married. You never met him. How are you going to marry somebody you never met? You only talked on like Dual, or I think it was Skype or something, when they finally did get to see each other face to face. But they didn't know each other. And he got away with it because there was nobody actually on his side, complaining to the police.
Well, I'll say one thing before I guess we move to the next question. I just wanted to kind of expound on that one thing. I think part of the reason why that happens too are people, I wouldn't say solely because of the pandemic, but it played a role of people in loneliness, right?
Yes.
Things are going through. So like you said, logically, how are you falling in love with someone you don't even know? But I think people having that feeling of, I want someone to care about me. I'll do anything to keep this person around. And you have people out here who are willing to do that. And people will use that to their advantage to get what they want, which is, to me, an evil thing to do. But it's like, this is the oldest thing in the world. People have been lying since the dawn of time, right? And so if they think I'm able to get over on someone and I can play their emotions, people do that,
yeah.
Unfortunately.
I agree.
I
I
agree.
agree.
Hey guys, I agree about this. Remember? Do you remember people when you walk around the area? People ask you for money.
Hmm.
Go out with. Think it's going to be legit. It's not. You going to be scammed. It's somebody take your money away. Remember, example of somebody want to work. Somebody want to work in a prize thing, like going to do a concert for money, and
Oh
people
yeah.
right away on that. Don't you
Yeah,
remember that one?
that's a, yeah, that's a scam. And then there's the advertisement that you see on the polls saying, "Oh, no experience necessary. Earn $600 a week." Scam. There's no job. And then when you get there, I think one of my friends just went to just out of curiosity, answered one of those ads just for curiosity to see what it was about. There really wasn't no job. What they wanted was for you to pay like $25,
Mm,
and they will give you a name and an address to go to. But when you get there, there's nothing there, but they got your money. So even though you think, oh, I only lost $25, but when you get enough people, that $25 adds up. They make their money.
remember,
They make their money.
remember, you go to a sports game and somebody was asked about how much do those tickets cost. Asking, no,
Mhm.
I'm sorry, no refund. You got chipped off.
Yep. There's always a scam somewhere. Even at the most lowest level, there's a scam somewhere. It always is.
Of course, Michelle. You're right. You're right. You're right. Now I'm
Hmm.
gonna go to the third question.
Okay.
No matter the tactics to avoid being scammed, how do you know your safeguard and getting around them?
Hmm. That's a tough one. You never know. You just have to uh, keep on top of the security measures that you have, especially on your computer. And that's what I'm doing. And crossing my fingers that they haven't changed anything, or the world hasn't invaded those security measures. I'm like, okay, so far nothing's been stolen from me. Thank goodness. But the best thing to do is just stay on top of those security measures that you have. They do change often, and they will either call you, email you, and let you know, hey, we changed a few things. We're going to need such and such. The way you can tell is us. Like I said, they know you personally to tell you to a certain code, a certain little flag or something on the website itself to let you know that they are real. There are ways to check, but you just have to stay on top because technology evolves like almost like what every few seconds. We'll never really actually be on top, but still to be vigilant is the way to go.
That's good, Michelle. Aisha.
Yeah, to piggyback off of what she said, I agree. Like, you don't know. You don't. All you can do is have faith that people are honest, but we know the world doesn't move like that. I know, me personally, I am an honest person. I can trust myself. And I always say the only person on earth I do trust fully is myself. Even when people may have the best, intention, people
Mhm.
are who they are. Sometimes they may not even mean to say things they do, or they may not mean to express themselves a certain way, they still do. So I think if every person on earth trusted themselves, the world would be much different. But with that being said, I move in a way through life in a way that I know I'm telling the truth. I'm not oblivious to the fact that other people may not be as honest as I am, but I just do my best to treat people right. And for the most part, I have been fairly blessed in life, I think, because of that. But all you can do is just, still lay low, tell the truth, and just be aware of other opportunities people can come to try to take advantage. Because unfortunately, people, the way the world is, a lot of times the kinder you are, the more people who are evil come because they think it's a weakness, unfortunately,
Yep.
rather than you just being a kind person. So
Hmm.
people like that I try to stay away from anyway, but I'm also aware that they exist. So I just lay low, mind my business. I buy what I need. I use cash as much as possible. That's a way too. It's more
Yep.
so not collectible when it's cash. But I have to use a card, obviously. But I like cash too.
That is true. That is true. One
Yep.
last time, man, happened with me being scammed. I had to be careful with other people because I see other stores. I watch my spending on my card, and plus I have watched stuff you need get stuff. Be careful, because it'd be tricky if you buy stuff from online. It won't let you get through.
Yeah.
And the letters that you've been purchase a lot of stuff because your card. You be careful. That might be, and also the chip.
Yes.
Costly, having problems with that. Anyway, you have any final remarks before I wrap it up?
Hmm.
Go ahead, Michelle.
All I can say, just be vigilant, be watchful, be mindful, and anything that gives a red flag, you can either do one or two things: either ignore it or either investigate. There are ways to investigate and to get help. Don't let them take away your stuff. So be vigilant. That's my word for today.
That's good. Thank you, Michelle. Final remarks, Aisha.
I mean, I don't want to maybe so Michelle and I are birthday twins. So I think we think very similar. So I kind of same thing. I mean, yes, all you can do is be vigilant. I would also add, I always go back to the self, which also is in my book, like you held up earlier, which is so nice. But I'm all about being like self-reflective, right? So treat people the way you want to be treated. I can't say that enough. It's such a simple concept. People just refuse to do it. I don't know why people are that way, but I would not want someone to steal from me, so I do not steal from others. But I understand that's not how the world's going to be. So I just try my best to surround myself with people who are like me, or will in doubt, when in doubt, I'll just be by myself, but you have to pay attention, do research, what is out there, be aware of it, but, just really, really focus. And, I try my best not to ever be super surprised by stuff, because the way the world is looking right now, you shouldn't be really shocked about too many things, I guess. But all you can do is just trust yourself and just move in a way that you will want someone to treat you.
Yes.
That's wonderful, everyone. Let you know, please be safe. Do not let nobody take advantage of you. Just be safe. Don't let nobody don't pick up anything on Facebook. You get hacked. Be careful on Messenger. You see everybody on Facebook Messenger, like people getting hacked. Don't press that button. It's gonna be a hack for your phone. Remember that. One person got it. There was a wrong message. Don't touch it. Whatever you do. Anyway, this is Jill's. I'm sorry. Anyway, a reminder: put on Amazon.
Yeah. Speaking of Amazon. Oh, you just reminded me. I've seen people try to scam my book.
What?
I've seen that. Because they're like different random sites who are selling my book. Someone tried to sell my book, I think for like almost like maybe $50 or something. And my book is only $19.99. So I have seen that. You just reminded me.
I think I understand why. I have books out too, and there's certain booksellers that do it. But those people are in foreign countries. They're in the UK, so their money system is different. So because I was like, what? My little $15.99 going for 200 and what? But that's because they're trying to get people from America to buy the book over there at their price.
I see. Yeah. I
didn't know that.
Because the people over there are like, I don't think so. but they're thinking that, oh, you don't understand our money. Like our money is different than your money. Your money, our financial systems are higher over here. So, and some people think they're getting a better deal if they go overseas and order. Yeah, but it's like one of my books was, where was it? Uganda? I forget. It's the bookseller was not here in America. And I was selling for $15.99, but would you believe the shipping cost? The shipping cost was $50. So they get you. Yes, shipping cost. Another scam. $15.99. Oh yeah, okay. $50 shipping cost plus tax. So, hey, you spend $100 on a $16 book.
That's the wild
That's a
face.
scam.
I saw that too.
The wild face.
Wow. Yeah. So don't think you're bargained. You're ordering from across the big border.
Michelle, thank
Okay.
you, Aisha.
All right, that's it.
That's all right. Thank you, Aisha. One more time.
That's all right. Thank you.
Get this on Amazon. I encourage everyone. It's a must book. And anyway, this is Joseph Luciano, Michelle Clark, and Aisha Saran. Thank you for tuning in and connecting during crisis. And I'll talk to you soon. And have a nice day, everyone. Stay safe.
Stay safe. Good night. Hi, I'm Michelle Clark, and I am a PhillyCam TV production crew member. Why don't you join us at PhillyCam? You'll enjoy it and you'll have a lot of fun. You'll meet people, you'll see some stars every now and then. So come join us at PhillyCam. See you next time.